Hello everybody, welcome to this presentation where we want to present to you the project of Orbital Garbage Collector. That's a project done by the EESA, and the presentation is done by me, Valentin Delattre, and Baptiste Boquet.
Okay, so I represent the table of contents. We start the presentation with an introduction and we continue with the history of the object. After that, we explain what is the function of this project and we explain with a physical description this project. Next, we continue with how it works and we finish with a conclusion.
In space, it have 1,600 satellites. The satellites are launched with different parts to go to space, and these parts are dropped when at different moments, and if all it's okay, is good. If all is good, there's parts return to the Earth, but that's not. But that's a theory, and in the practice, sometimes we have waste. We drop in space waste with there's different parts on in space around the Earth. These waste are particularly threatening because if it have waste around the Earth, we don't know where and when this waste return to the Earth, and that can be very dangerous for the humanity. That's why we need to clean the space. We need to clean space, and the project was done is the orbital garbage collector, but that's actually a project.
Okay, so I will speak about the history of the object. The beginning of the project is around 2013. It was launched from the International Space Station on the April the 2nd in 2018 at 8:30 p.m. By the Special Cargo SpaceX Dragon. And this orbital garbage collector is in space during 1.5 years for monitoring and the deorbiting phase.
Well, what is the function of this project? This project done four experiments during 20 weeks. There's different experiments represent the capture of waste, of a waste. How he capture it? It need how it capture it. It need a VBN, a vision-based navigation. That's for track. That's to track there's waste, and we have the third experience is the harpoon. The harpoon grip there's waste to attract them on to the orbital garbage collector, and finally we it have the fourth experience, and finally the final experience is the sail. The sail is used to return to the Earth. That's for the orbital garbage collector return to the Earth with any damage. That's to stop it fall when it returns to the Earth.
Okay, so I will explain with a physical description this project. So the orbital garbage collector have a shape of a cube with a dimension of 0.65 meter. We have a weight of around 100 kilogram. So it is composed of several components, for example, net, harpoon, VBN, sail, that say Valentine in the latest slide. In this picture, we can see the net in the middle of the satellite. We have next to the net a supervision camera. We have another supervision camera in the top of satellite. It used to see around the satellite where is the waste. And we have in the top left the harpoon to grip this waste. And to communicate with the Earth, we have a system composed of an antennas and earthbound heuristics. The antennas can receive the transmission of Earth and the signal, the radio signal of the Earth. The radio signal can be transmitted with the S-band with the technique of modulation. So this satellite is stabilized on 3 axes with an accurate pointing of 2.5 degrees, and it is powered of a set of photovoltaic cells and have a power of 8 watt. And the satellite is an orbit from the Earth with a distance of 400 kilometers. And the satellite have the same materials than rocket. It is an aluminum alloy. These materials represent a good mechanical characteristic. For example, relatively light, it is inexpensive and fairly easy to use work.
Well, how it works? The satellite, the orbital garbage collector, dropped the object in space with a camera, VBN, the VBN. This system identify the waste. Where is the waste in space? And when we identify the waste, we can grip it with an harpoon and we can drop it with the net. Finally, the step 4 is the sail. The sail that is used to return on the Earth to take any damage, and the sail is a very important part of this here and the sail is a very important part for this system because we need to reuse it. We need to reuse it after his task, and we can send the satellite another time.
Okay, so we finish with a conclusion. What is the future of this project? The ESA, the European Spatial Agency, says this project can be operational scheduled for 2023. And in my opinion, it's a very good idea because with the waste of rockets, the Earth is circled by waste, and it's not good for we human because the waste can be fall in anywhere in the Earth and can destroy a building in the city, for example, and it is very dangerous for we.
Well, I'm I have the same opinion like Baptiste because that's a very dangerous and threatening to have waste in space because that's what you say. We don't know where and when the waste return to the Earth, and it can be fall in the a city center like Paris, and that can be very dramatic. That can be a dramatic vision because that can kill so many people, and um, and that's also dangerous for these astronauts because the if we launch a rocket to, for example, to the moon, for the moon, with astronauts, uh, and if the rocket hurts a waste, the the rocket can derive to another position, and finally the astronaut can't go to the moon because the direction has changed by a waste, and we don't know how to, and we don't know where they go. That's why I think that's a very good idea to have this project to stop this threat, and I think is very important. And I think is very important.
Okay, it's the end of this presentation. Thank you for your comprehension. If you have any question, we can answer in commentary. We have a two example of source. You can see with the website for more information. And Valentin and me can say goodbye.
Goodbye.